All right, we're going to do Strange Adventures. So, Strange Adventures, ATN, are you there?
Yes.
Tom King is writing this. Do you remember Tom King?
Yeah, of course.
He's the guy that wrote The Vision. He wrote Mr. Miracle for DC. He wrote Omega Men. He is a former CIA agent.
Is he?
And, yeah, he is.
Like Tom King.
Tom King is, yeah. That's his thing, that he is a former CIA agent.
That's his thing. The King thing.
In fact, I'm sure Fantinium will tell you that that's true.
Now, let me ask you.
All right, ask me.
Is he, I mean, I'm not a monarchist. No, I have no question.
Oh, he has no question.
Okay,
very good.
It was a joke.
Gotcha.
And it failed.
So we have two artists on this book. Mitch Gerads, who was the artist on Mr. Miracle. And we have Doc Shaner, or Evan Shaner, I guess he's going by now.
Evan.
Doc Shaner. Okay, very good. And they are sharing art duties, obviously. One is taking an element of Earth, I think, is what he's doing.
Correct. One
and
is
then,
doing Earth and one is doing Ron.
Yeah, and then Ron. So the thing about this dude... Oh, shoot. Hold on a sec. I want to make sure this works. Are you there, ATN?
Uh-huh.
All right, good. All right, good. All right. Sorry about that. Sven Gulli, everybody.
Let's not talk about Sven Gulli.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So, what's this guy's name?
Adam Strange.
Adam Strange. He was an old superhero, and his deal was this. He was an Earthling who would travel the Zeta beams to Ran in 24-hour...
He was just a mild-mannered archaeologist who one day, out of the blue, got hit by a cosmic ray,
yeah, right.
so to speak, which was, in fact, a Zeta beam directed at him or at Earth, I guess, or just out into space. I don't remember exactly.
So they could find
but anyway,
Flash Gordon.
They were looking for Flash Gordon. Yeah, exactly. The planet of Ron was desperate for a hero, and they needed a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, American strapping superhero.
You know what? I mean, let's say this right now.
In this day and age. Well, they got an archaeologist. He got beamed there.
In this day and age, to make the hero a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person...
It's very diverse. It's a diverse.
You don't
choice.
see that very often. And just to make matters, just to clarify that and let you know that this isn't that type of book. The first person to get his book signed by him. There you go. Anyway.
Also, no. They're also the whole premise of this book is. I don't want to say anything about that.
We get on that later. I'm going to block
censorship?
That. All right, censorship.
Oh.
They're having sex.
They're having the sex. Also, here's what I love about, and this is why this is one of the reasons that I feel like this particular book is Eisner bait.
Eisner bait. I heard something about masturbate from somebody, so Eisner bait's pretty funny too.
Sure, but no, but it's a really great usage of two artists and their distinctive styles. And it is panel to panel. It's not like issue to issue like a lot of those two artist books tend to be.
Sure.
This is two artists
interspersed,
interacting with one another and the writer. Like this is a 3-person team.
Sure. They're working hard on this.
Working tightly together with presumably the editor.
So the idea of this story, just to really quickly
This is clearly they're throwing money at this. This is an Eisner bait book.
On Earth, Adam Strange has written a book about his war on Ron,
which he has come home from with his family.
He's an American hero. People are trying to suggest. Yeah, his wife. Yeah. Here he is on Ron. So we're going to see the action take place with Doc Shaner's art, and that's what this book is. There's people talking about him on the morning shows. He's meeting fans, some of them really, really nutty.
He's also talking with his wife on Earth about the situation.
Right.
And then we have flashbacks
Yeah, and then we have this nut guy here, and he's kind of like one of those conspiracy guys.
Oh, yeah. He introduces the premise of the story, which is that Adam Strange is, in fact, responsible for war crimes against the enemies of Ron during his time.
Right, even though we see him in Ron, being lauded by the people that he's protecting.
Sure.
They love him. He's a space dude that's willing to shoot people.
Yeah.
And we see this. The guy who accuses him of his crimes ends up dead. And everybody thinks
by a laser blast to the skull.
And Adam Strange is like, hey, maybe we should do something about this. Yeah. And he's talking to Batman. And at the end of the story, Batman has obviously led him to another person, and I don't want to tell you everything. This is a pretty interesting story. You want to give me your 2 cents on it?
No, I thought it was great. I mean, I thought that. I mean, it feels a little constructed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talk about Eisner bait. Like it feels, but I'm 100,000% into the construction. Like I love Doc Shaner. I will almost read anything that he draw. Like I've read shit that he's drawn that I do not care about at all. Like some of that Warner Brothers shit.
Right.
Like he's amazing. And then I also loved the Mr. Miracle, Mitch Gerard shit. I thought that was really great. And I think that the dynamic between them here, like the juxtaposition between the more Silver Agey, bright version of Ron, where he's a hero, versus the scratchy Earth and the color palette of this is so much different. Like I really love that, and that all feels kind of constructed, but at the same time, it works perfectly. So I have nothing bad to say about this first issue.
Tom King is a good first issue guy.
He's a great first issue guy.
Yeah,
he's even a great story guy. I don't know about the end. That's where I start to get a little dicey.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. We will see. All right.
But I'm all in. I mean, I'm 100% on board. I was on board from the moment that it got announced.
Sure thing.
And I was like, this is a great. And then like just the image of this, and then the other cover,
which was like classic
cover of him, like, you know, all
just being patriotic,
background,
looking great.
Like,